We've known for pushing 25 years now that pharmaceuticals and really any chemical that humans use on a day-to-day basis exists in the aquatic environment. They essentially will go through our bodies and will sort of reach the rivers, which are an ultimate receptacle for our waste. When you think about plastic pollution, it's a very visual problem, but when we're talking about chemicals that are so small you could never observe them in water at such concentrations that our minds can't really wrap around. This is an invisible problem. What we wanted to do is to build a consortium of people all around the world, we call it the Global Monitoring of Pharmaceuticals Consortium, to organize 127 different collaborators. We directly measured the pharmaceutical sort of fingerprint, if you will, of about 500 million people. We can now collect water on one side of the planet, and within about 24 to 48 hours, it can be in a lab here in the United Kingdom, and we can measure concentrations of pharmaceuticals in that water in a matter of days. In the study, there were 3 APIs that we detected very frequently, specifically more than half of the sampling sites around the world. Those were metformin, Carbamazepine, and a chemical which is also used in lifestyle uses, caffeines. I'll give one example of this. I had a cup of coffee about an hour ago. That cup of coffee contains caffeine. It, as an API, has a biological effect on my body. It's keeping me awake and alert, and over the next few hours, my body will metabolize about half of the caffeine. My body will begin to eliminate that caffeine, and it will reach a wastewater treatment plant probably sometime tomorrow morning. By tomorrow evening, the remaining caffeine will reach the river outside of where I'm located here, and organisms will be exposed to it. In the study, one of the aspects that we look at is a correlation between the gross national income per capita and the level of contamination of APIs in rivers. And what it tells us is that at the lowest GNI per capita, we don't observe many APIs in the environment because they are either unaffordable or are not available in these economies. However, as GNI increases and as disposable incomes increase, people are more able to afford the medications, and they're also more easy to access. However, environmental regulations and infrastructure like wastewater treatment plants have not been introduced into those local areas yet, hence the highest concentration of pharmaceuticals. Or what we've hypothesized is that concentrations decrease once environmental regulation and infrastructure like wastewater treatment plants are begun to be implemented in a local economy as GNI increases, and it sort of levels off at that point. I think the real interesting thing about the project is that we've used one analytical method to do all of this. And what that means essentially is it's the first time we're actually able to take a clear-eyed view of the problem on a global scale.